Alan. Greetings from Clifton. Today is Monday, September the 30th. About time we got started again on taping. It's hard to get started without Annamae around, and she's here finally again today, so we could give you all the latest news from Clifton. First of all, we received your 2 letters. The last one had me very worried. You're going out in the field. For what? Tell them the field doesn't agree with you, that you get hives or something from the rice paddies. And I'll talk to you a little later because Bobby wants to talk and he wants to hurry up and go to Pogie. So here's Bob.
Hi, Al. How you doing? Well, it was Clifton's first game yesterday, and they won 48-0. And your friend Bob Curley, who quarterbacked for them. I didn't go to the game because I had to help Delores paint, but I read about it, and it seemed to be pretty good. Everybody was happy about it. We went up to this place, the Rusty Hinge, with Marianne Salasic and a few of the other girls from CYO, and we went up with about 9 guys in the car. It was me and Eddie Marks and Joe Dudak, Steve Pogarelitz, and Pete Sinicki. And at first, everybody didn't know what to do. I had a band playing there, and there's candlelight. And so then, after everybody had a few drinks, it was so funny. Everybody was out there on the floor dancing and jumping around. We had a real good time. I saw Cooksey the other day, and he's supposed to come up this week to that place with his wife. He finished up school, and he's now a teacher, a practice teaching at Bloomfield High School. He couldn't get a regular teaching job because he had to finish up the summer, and it was too late for him to get a regular job, so now he just has to wait for one to come up. He seems to be pretty happy with teaching. I'm going to go stop and see his little kid one of these nights during the week. He says I should come over, about 4 or 5 o'clock, after work, because that's the only time when the baby's awake, because he goes to sleep. It's only 4 months old. Yeah, it's funny, Cooksey being a father-in-law and teaching and all this. Oh, well. I didn't go on vacation with Norm because I got a good job, big job, and might last through the winter, so I couldn't pass it up, so I thought better of it not to even go down there. They went down there. The week that they had it wasn't too good anyhow. It was cold and cloudy, but they still said they had a good time. I guess they did, but it could have been nicer weather. And the baseball season finished up, and the Yanks wound up in 5th place, surprisingly. They were battling in there for 3rd place the last couple of weeks, and they just fell apart, but they did all right. And the Mets, they didn't do much better. They just finished up in 9th place. They looked like they had a good pitching staff, but that's about it. They couldn't get anything together, like the old Mets. I guess they'll never change. And
yeah, but at least they're not in last place. That's what Alan was worried about. They're not in last
yeah, they're not in last place. But they were in last place, and they came in 9th, and they went in last place again, if I'm not mistaken. They were. And I wanted to tell you about when we were painting Saturday by Delores' house. So I was on a ladder, and then all of a sudden Scotty comes over. He's crying. He's all wet, and he fell in the brook over there. He was so crying because so afraid and everything. But it was really funny when he saw him. Then I went in the house after a while. He was laying in the bed, so I go, "You went swimming?" He goes, "Yeah," and he's laughing. You know how kids are. Then a little while later, we're painting, and no, I was watching I was painting, then I went inside to watch a little bit of Notre Dame football game, Notre Dame and Purdue. I was sitting there, and then Delores goes, "Hey, Bob, Ricky broke his arm." I go, "Oh, no." Sure enough, come outside, and he's sitting down there with the next-door neighbors, and he had his arm in a sling. We took a look at it, and you could see that it was out of shape. It was bent. It was broken. So he was he was afraid, you know, that he didn't want to get it set and it's going to hurt him and all. So me and Richie had to stop painting, and it took about 2 hours in the hospital for him to set it. The doctor gave him a needle, and he didn't really feel nothing. And you know what the doctor's name was? Dr. Bump. Is that something? Oh, there's always something happen. I couldn't believe it, because Scotty was just going to get his cast taken off. And then now Ricky breaks it. But it was his left hand anyway, so it shouldn't be. It won't affect him. So at least he was brave in the hospital. Wow, he was real nervous going up there, though. Yeah, poor kids. And because Ricky, when Ricky broke his arm, Scotty's crying, Ricky's crying. Guys are hollering something. They're all both excited. I went to the racetrack once a couple of weeks ago with me, Jackie, and Steve Puggeros, the Trotters, and I went there, and I lost about $60. Last time I'm going down there. Steve Puggeros is leaving Saturday. He's going to Okinawa, and Joe Dudak is left already for Vietnam. He said he's going to send me a postcard or something, so I'll probably be hearing from him. Maybe he might be near you someplace. Yeah, that's well. I don't really write because I don't write, and it's all right talking. You can always think of something to say, but writing, I'm not much of a writer. Okay, Al, I think I took up enough of the tape. I'll let somebody else talk. So take care of yourself. I'll see you.
Well, I'm back again. Bobby had his say, and he let you know about Ricky. When Delores called up and told me, I start yelling, you know me. I said, if you don't take those kids and shake them and make them sit on their behinds, I will. Crying out loud, that's all they're doing. What the heck? They're going to break all their bones. But she said that the neighbor had them out on a hill somewhere, and he was swinging on a rope. Not their rope in their yard, but way up in the neighbor's yard. And I don't know, he was going pretty high, and he must have just let go, slipped. You know how a rope is. And he fell. Delores said, good thing he didn't clunk himself on the head. So she's got her troubles with those kids. And I was just there that day because we brought Bobby up, and they were showing me their catechisms, Bible stories, and they're sitting there so nice. And Ricky has sort of the sniffles again, with that allergy he has. And I said, gee, Ricky, you ought to stay inside. It was getting cool. It's getting cooler and cooler. Last week, a few days were so warm we had to have the air conditioner on. Now it got real cool at night. Yeah, this is the time for that stupid weather. So I thought maybe you'd stay in, but of course they can't. And, Richie's busy painting. They're trying to get that house done while the weather's holding up. Bobby was there Saturday, and then Sunday, Junior went up there, and Bobby. And there's a lot more to do. Too bad you can't come for the weekends and paint. We could sure use you. Well, I meet so many people, and they're all sending their regards. Mrs. Celentano, poor Alan. I like the boy. He's such a good little boy. Too bad when I hear that he's going to Vietnam. I say, oh, no, they can't take a good boy. She talks with that accent, yeah. But she is very kind, and she says, send him my regards. And that same day, Mrs. France was in the Grand Union, too. She says, how's everybody? How's Alan? I said, Alan's in Vietnam. Oh, she says, oh, my. She says, I'm going to pray for him. They all say they're going to pray for you. And Mrs. Morgan, I met her. She's really quite a, cripple now. She walks with a cane. She's so old, but she's always nice. And she says, remember me to Alan. She says, send him my regards. And Mrs. Ramarzo. Everybody I meet, everybody. How's Alan? How's Alan? Yesterday we went to Sokol Banquet. It was the ladies' 50th anniversary. It wasn't quite as bad as the men's. They didn't have that much talking. I guess they were told. And really, you never believed there was such a Slovakia in America. Holy Moses. No wonder they can't get the young people to stay. They don't say anything in English. It's all in Slovak. I had a hard time understanding what they're saying. And then those old ladies get up to the mic and they sing with their squeaky voices. Even Aunt Ellen got up to sing with Mrs. Grandpa Sanka. How I laughed. Oh, they're silly. But we got nice golden leaves with shiny stuff on them, you know, souvenirs. And they had a chicken dinner. Not a elaborate dinner, but enough. And beer and root beer, or birch beer. So the meal was nice, and we had a little pleasant evening. We came home before it was over because the speeches were starting to drag a little, and I said, that's enough. I said, I have to go home and make lunch for Junior. I didn't have to yet, but any excuse is better than none. So that affair is under our belt. Now, next thing is Pamela's shower. She was married, not secretly, but alone, like they sort of not exactly eloped, but they went to Virginia Beach and got married there to that fellow that she broke her wedding engagement to, and then she gets engaged all over again, starts wearing the ring, and they were married. So Delores is making her a little shower Friday, so we'll have to get ready for that. Then Sunday is Patty Savo's shower. That's another thing I have to go to. And bake some more pampushki. So now this side is just about running out, so we'll have to go on to the other side. Any more left? It's hard to judge them, Al. You know how it is with my bifocals. I can't speak too good in Annamae.
All right. Hello, Al. This is Dad. I just let you know that I'm still alive and kicking. I'm having a little bursitis or something. And about the sports, our Mets finished ninth, but they finished better than it was expected of them. They won more games than they ever did. And Kuzman, I guess, is going to win the most valuable rookie award of the National League. He won 19 games. He couldn't win 20. He got beat. And I hear you're going to go out on a field. What does that mean? You're going to go with the combat unit, or carrying a radio, or just as an operator outside fighting zone? Well, I haven't got much to say because I just dozed off before, and when you get up, you don't think right away, and yeah, I hear Bob told you all the news about everything what happened. And just to let you know that everything is all right over here. And we'll be praying for you that you will finish your stay in that foreign country safely and return home in good shape. So long, Al.
Hi, Al. This is Annamae. I'm going to give you some of the scores. Bobby gave you some of them, but he kind of zips through without giving the amounts or anything. So, Clifton won 48, Kennedy 0. Rah, rah, rah. Barringer 26, Sake 3. East Patterson 14, East Rutherford 0. Lodi 27, Lyndhurst 7. Rutherford 13, New Milford 6. That's about all that's like in the vicinity, you know. Oh, Garfield was there someplace, but I didn't catch it. Well, anyway. Oh, and the Notre Dame Purdue game, I think the score was Purdue 37, Notre Dame 22. Betty and Howard and Emil and Ethel went to see that game. And the weather was nice and warm out there like it was here too, so that for 2 weeks they saw football games in warm weather, you know. And the next one they go to is on October the 12th, I think. They're going out there again. And today Howard asked me, he invited me if I wanted to, he asked me if I would like to go see the Notre Dame Navy game in Philadelphia. I said I'd be glad to. So I guess they're going to drive out there. So I don't know whether I'll go see that other game, that Army California University game. I'll think it over. As long as I could see Notre Dame, I might as well. It's in Philadelphia, so I guess they'll drive out there. And I'm sending you some sheets for the football games. I'll cut a few of the whole sheets out so you could see the rest of those games out. You know, the local games. Can't cut everything out because one side is one thing and then you have to cut it out. So since baseball season is over now and the Yanks made 5th place and the Mets 9th, boy, I bet you're glad they kept out of that cellar, huh? I was rooting. I said, gee, if they could only make it by one game, and they did. So that takes care of the 1968 baseball season, and Wednesday the World Series starts. So that'll be a big fuss for probably 6 or 7 games anyway. And let's see. Your mother says that Millie told you about Nicky and Billy are off the force. They were off like after Labor Day. So Billy started his new job and Nicky's looking for one. And then Billy wanted to get off because he was learning that programming. So I think he's working in Marcal's, you know, that paper place in East Patterson. And then Mary and Nicky are having their 25th anniversary party on October the 12th. The 12th? 13th? Oh, Sunday, right after Mass, like Marcia had the party for Frank, right after Mass that Sunday. So, so we'll take some pictures and they come out, we'll send a couple along. Oh, I got my new camera, that new R4 Kodak that they put out. It was a special that Anderson put out. You had to send in the label, and $9.99. They said to wait for 4 weeks for it, but I had to write. I waited 6, and I was just about getting ready to write a letter when it finally came. So I only took one picture with it. I took Jessie in her garden. She has such a nice garden in the backyard there with those big red cannon flowers and those firecrackers. And it looks just like Christmas all summer long there. It's all red and green. And, I went to the racetrack in Atlantic City this past Saturday, and gee, I almost won the daily double. It would have paid $283 if our numbers would have come in. Charlie next door, I told him I was going. So I asked him, I says, I'm going to Atlantic City. I says, you want me to play anything for you? He says, yeah, I'll see you Saturday. So he picked out 2 names, and when I got there, it turned out that the numbers were 3 and 1. And the week before that, he told me that his wife just turned 31, and they went to the to Yonkers Raceway at night, and he said, I got to play 3 and 1, 3 and 1. So he played it for the daily double, but it didn't win. And then they have this new thing out. You have to pick out the horse to come in first place and second place in the same race, and then you win on that. So he says, I kept telling them all the while that I had to play 3 and 1. He says, and I forgot all about it in that one race, and wouldn't you know, 3 and 1 came out. So it was so funny when he gave me the names, and when we got there and I saw the numbers were 3 and 1. So he told me to play that twice for him, and I played it once, and 3 came in, and when I saw $283, I was wondering how I was going to carry about $900 back home with me, but I didn't have to worry about it because 1 didn't come in. 3 and 12 came in, and it paid $112. And then they raffled off a Camaro right after the 8th race, so I took a chance on that. It was $1 ticket for the children in the Philadelphia hospital. So, wouldn't you know it, this man who won, he was the one who picked the daily double. He was celebrating his 10th anniversary, and I don't know what else he won. So he got everything. Well, I'm kind of using a lot of tape, and I know your mother wants to get back to some of this. So I'll write my letter in between and send you the football sheets like Monday. Usually all the games are in, or whatever I think you'll be interested in. And take it easy, take care of yourself, and our prayers are with you. Okay, Al, here's your mother. Along. Take care.
Well, Al, I'm getting that box ready for you again. Gee, it takes so long to get it together. Every time I go out shopping, I buy something, and now we need the box, and then you need the can. But it'll get there, so, you know, at least you have something to look forward to, even if it does take a little while. It was nice of Millie to send that. She called and asked about something to Junior about, if you could have a can opener. And I said, well, I'm sure they have one there, you know, for that salami. I hope you liked it, because I bought one of those too. They're supposed to be good. I send you a whole lot of little goodies, you know, just for the idea of getting a package. That's the part of it. Well, I don't know if I wrote in the letter or not that Bill Temple died. They're really dying. He had his 25th anniversary. They had such a lovely mass, nice singing and all, Panis Angelicus and the Ave Maria. And that night they had a little party in the tap room, you know, on Ackman Avenue and Kulik Street. And Sally was to it. They had a very good time. They brought Bill Temple home. They thought he was feeling good, but he wasn't feeling good. He was feeling sick. And that night he was very restless. In the morning he didn't get up no more. So Marie feels pretty bad. But that's the end of the honeymoon, as Bobby said. Oh, poor Bill. Now, what else? Uncle Bill is retiring too at the end of the year. Everybody's retiring. Everybody's getting old. I don't know. Well, I see the tape's almost running out. Junior is sleeping, and there's nobody else here to talk. But now that I know how to operate this recorder, I'll, you know, as everybody comes in, I'll have them talk to you, the boys and Delores and all, and they have some nifty songs for you, Al. And, you know, then everybody could talk. But I wasn't sure how to work it. So now I'm pretty sure that I know how. They'll all get their chance, and then, you know, you'll hear from everybody. But it was so long between tapes already. I said, I don't care who saw me, but I just do it tonight and be done with it. The kids are going to send you records as soon as possible. And, you know, then you'll get that too. So be good, Al. Take care of yourself. We miss you. What else can I say? Bye. Little more tape, little more sing. Holy God, we praise thy name. Lord of all, we bow before thee. Infinite thy vast